So this is where most of my near-home adventures begin, by this glacial erratic in the beginnings of the conservation land that's like adjacent to my property. And it's usually right around here that I make a decision if I'm going to go that way, or that way. And today we're going to go that way because I'm going to go up to the top of Lone Tree Hill, which is the highest point on my side of town. It's not very high. It's under 300 feet above sea level. Another choice. I think I'll go to the right. I stepped off the trail just near the top of the hill because and clearly someone's been camping here. There's a fire pit against a nice big old tree. Doesn't look to be too close. I don't know if they're just gathering up the dead wood to cut it up for firewood, or if they're building a Sasquatch shelter. Oh, that's a big break in a tree, huh? Look at that. Wouldn't be a bad place down that way to hang my hammock. How far this trail goes downhill on this side. Oh, that's pretty steep down there. Look at all that dead wood. Not sure if someone's piling that up to burn. I guess I'll get back up on the trail. Spotted some mushrooms. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Well, nothing that looks particularly fresh or edible to me, but at least I found, oh, look at that, it's going all the way up the tree. That. That's pretty neat. Oh, I'm starving. fix. I don't even have to do much breaking up. Today we are having beef chili with peppers, onions, and beans, courtesy of moi. I think I made this last year. Let's see. Lucky for me, I kept all the rehydration instructions. Start the rehydration. Let me get my fire. Add more, I'll add more. See how it's going. Is she looking good? Not ready yet, but almost. Good flavor. Just got my little pieces of Tyvek. Sit there while I'm feeding the fire. So watch that kick up in a minute. See? It is a gorgeous day out here. And it's cool enough that there are no bugs. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna call that done. Time to put the cheese in. Hot. Hot. All right. Time for lunch. It's creamy. All right, so this is one of my dehydrated meals that came out really good. I have to make this again. Wicked hot. With peppers and onions and beans and ground beef and jalapenos. My own secret spice blend. I'm gonna try and keep the fire going over there so I can clean the pot. There we go. Good, it's kicking up again. This is a perfect temperature for me. I think it's in the low 60s. Ooh, spicy. It's making my nose run. I'm just picking up debris right in front of me to throw into the stick stove and keep the flames going, so that when I'm done, I'll put a little water in the bottom of the pot, clean it, boil it. That was the end. That was good. That wasn't just a dehydrated meal. That was delicious. I don't have any black on my face. All right. That was a very tasty lunch and very satisfying. Very, very satisfying. Now for the cleanup. I love this pot. I got this for Christmas. My son and daughter-in-law gave it to me. It's a Toaks, but it's 900 milliliters. And it's like, that's a good size for me because I can put my stick stove inside it so it doesn't take up any extra room. And I prefer to have a little bit bigger pot than all these little teeny tiny camp pots that we get used to using. Well, that's a sound, huh? All right, so here I am after lunch in the middle of the woods, just having a hang in the hammock. This is so nice. I needed to get away from all of that bad news stuff. God knows it'll be there waiting for me when I get back. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're safe and you're coping these tough times. Well, just as I decide to leave, it starts to rain, so good timing. I enjoyed an excellent lunch and a nice little hike. I hung out in the hammock for about a half hour. Oh, here we go. So pretty. Oh, look at that. There's a person way off in the distance jogging. I never see anybody in here. And the rain coming down a little bit. Oh, the milkweed's starting to grow. So, pretty soon we'll be seeing monarch butterflies all over this field. It's funny, this sunken little area. It's actually a big meadow, but at the top of a hill. Best little hike I've had in a while. And boy, did I need it today. Those gorgeous clouds. Oh, this is that trail that leads to that campsite I found on the way up. Cool spot. I like that this walk takes you through this open area like this. This is so nice. And then into the woods where it's, different environment. This is all milkweed. I'll come back here in a month and put the camera out and just watch the butterflies. This was a really crappy start to a day that turned out to be pretty good. I'm very happy that I didn't give in to the temptation to just lay around for the day and wallow in the bad news. I got out. It's really, really invigorating. It really is such a positive. Everybody should have a few minutes in a day where they can get away from all of that wah, wah, wah that we get on the news now. Oh, it's a great time of year. There's flowers. Smells nice. I am very fortunate that I don't suffer from any allergies. My wife does, and it's terrible. Mostly the tree season, which is now, and it's going to end soon. Hopefully she'll feel better the rest of the summer. But I've always been able to handle being out in nature at any time of year. I want to enjoy this piece of property as much as I can in the next year or so, because unfortunately it's going to undergo a big change. I don't know how it happened, because it was conservation land given to the city that's supposed to be in perpetuity, but apparently if the right offer comes along, they're going to build a giant hockey practice conference center, hotel complex, office structure, ginormous place that's probably going to affect the street I live on too, because I saw that there are traffic studies and such. But this land won't be here like this, unspoiled, much longer. And I want to remember it. Look at that, I barely broke a sweat. It's awesome. I'm not even hurting. This is great. Off in the distance there, that's the solar farm that I always talk about being behind my house, behind my property. There it is. This little guy. He's really booking it. I don't think I've ever seen a caterpillar run that fast. So I'm almost at the end of my first hike during the virus. gained a bunch of weight, been sitting around. I'm even more out of shape than usual, but it's a bit of a 3-mile round trip, so about 1.5 miles up the hill. Made myself a nice lunch and relaxed for a little bit and enjoyed myself, and then packed up, and it's 1.5 miles straight down. But it's gradual, you know, so it's easy going. I felt very successful, and about a 1/4 mile away from the car. And I just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you at all enjoy this kind of content, do me a favor and hit the like button. If you want to see a little bit more of it, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you're a kind of person who doesn't get enough notifications in life, be sure to ding that bell, because I'll send you some when new content's published. Thanks for watching. Keep safe, everyone. This is where I go when I go to the right of that boulder I showed you in the beginning. And this is the closest place that I come to bring the dogs. It is very rarely this dry. It's usually very, the whole area is wet, marshy. Lots of little rivers where it runs off, but it mostly stays saturated here. But we haven't had rain in a while, so it's nice. Yep, it's dry as the desert. That's ridiculous. When Bodie comes back here, he finds the water. He's like a divining rod and rolls in it. And if it's not enough water to roll in and it's only mud, that's okay with him too. He's good with that. It is pretty back here. Peaceful. This route just decided to stay put right here. The only one like it. What a pretty sky. And here we go. The end of the trail. Till next time, which I hope will be very soon.